Hi, this is Marissa from Modern Therapy. One of my specialties here is working with individuals, both adults and children, who are neurodivergent, including those with developmental disabilities such as autism. In my work, I've had the great honor of supporting not just individuals on the autism spectrum, but their entire families. Today, I'd love to sit with you and talk about an often overlooked but incredibly important group, neurotypical siblings of children with autism. These siblings experience quite a unique family dynamic, one that can certainly be enriching, but also emotionally complex. When one child has autism, it's very common for parents to naturally shift more time, energy, and resources toward that child's care and support. And while that attention is absolutely needed and valid, it can sometimes leave siblings feeling a bit invisible or unsure of where they fit. Younger siblings may notice the difference, but they often lack the emotional vocabulary to express their feelings. Older siblings might actually take on more responsibility than they should, or internalize a need to be the easy one. Let's be very clear, though, this is not about blame. It's simply about awareness. Every child in the family deserves to feel seen, heard, and valued for who they really are. So how can you, as parents or caregivers, support your neurotypical children while honoring the unique needs of your autistic child? First thing is create a dedicated one-on-one time. Research shows that individualized attention from parents, what mental health professionals call special time, can significantly buffer feelings of neglect or resentment in siblings. Even just 10 to 15 minutes of one-to-one focused, distraction-free time where your child leads the activity can go a long way in affirming their sense of importance and emotional security. Number 2, foster those open conversations early and often. Encourage your kids to ask questions about their siblings' neurodivergence in an age-appropriate way. Normalize curiosity. For example, you can say you've noticed that your brother doesn't always like loud sounds. That's something that makes his brain feel very overwhelmed. What questions do you have about that? You don't have to wait for big emotions to come up before opening the door to dialogue. Research suggests that early and consistent conversations help reduce confusion and guilt, and they also help to increase emotional resilience in siblings. Number 3, validate these complex emotions without shame. It is okay for siblings to feel frustrated, jealous, or even embarrassed sometimes. These are human responses to a complex family dynamic. They're not signs of disloyalty or a lack of love. The key here is to validate their feelings without judgment. You can say something like, "It's totally okay to feel sad or upset that your sister needs more help right now. I'm always here to talk about that whenever you need me." Number 4, involve siblings in supportive but not caretaking roles. Giving siblings opportunities to be helpful can certainly build empathy and connection. But it's important to ensure that the role is age-appropriate and not burdensome. Let them choose how they want to be involved. Maybe it's reading a book together, teaching a new game, or just spending quiet time in the same space. We want to be able to foster compassion, not obligation. And number 5, celebrate each child's strengths and identity. Neurodivergent affirming care means embracing every child for who they are, not in comparison to each other, but as individuals. Make it a point to recognize and praise each child's unique qualities, passions, and milestones. This helps us to build them self-esteem and nurtures that sense of belonging. In closing, supporting siblings of autistic children is really all about balance. It's about making space for their emotions, fostering honest communication, and affirming their place in a neurodiverse family system. When siblings feel supported, they're more likely to develop lifelong empathy, emotional intelligence, and strong family bonds. Siblings of children with autism often grow up to be one of the most compassionate, loving, resilient, and loyal people. But it's very normal that they may experience frustration and confusion along the way. Thank you so much for being a part of this very important conversation. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Family therapy, sibling support groups, and parent coaching are all available to help you create a nurturing and safe environment for everyone in your family. Take care, and I hope to see you at our next talk.